it until these last two, where it's like they moved to the edge of the cliff and they were teetering, and then they just said, we're going to send it, and launched this in their group with a victory. There were tiebreakers spoken about before. I had my brain repaired. Tiebreakers are actually impossible now. It is either you're first or you're not. And so let's see whether Gen G can make this composition that we don't really enjoy that much work, or whether it's going to be T1 with this Galio Rumble that works out for them. Time to jump up to the rip for Game 3. All right. A little bit of a shout out to the current team that he's playing on their
top side and is behind a bit.
Fear, man.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Exceptionally played. As, oh dear, Canyon's woes continue here. As Tempest going to come out there, not able to cripple Carrier, as Keen's going to move on over to defend his Lee Sin. He's just going to die. All right, Smite comes down as Carrier could be in trouble. Canyon going to have to flash away as Carrier flashes to get the kill. He should be going down for it, but Keen might be sacrificing his life. Ghost not enough, and that's a kill to Smash. Absolute disaster for Gen G.
I think T1 pretty okay with this situation. You know, Doran beans his flash. He's like, oh no, what if I get dove? Don't worry, Carrier is solo killing the enemy jungler. Killing.
And Ruler is going to be able to grab a kill himself. Duro somehow surviving the turret there, very nicely done. Misses a cannon, but I guess the -1s feel a little bit more muted.
Yeah, so just as everything is going right for T1, Gen G get an answer back. Doran, just, there's no other way to spin it. You shouldn't be dying in this manner. You're just too far up when you're outside the tower. Carrier just finds Canyon. Remember, Canyon's behind because of that invade.
They're even on levels, right? Like,
yeah.
There's no respect here at all.
And Canyon's like, I just need to finish the camp. I just need to finish the camp. I just need to finish the camp. Let me finish the... And he's dead.
Yeah.
Great flash at the end there from Carrier to finish him off. He does go down, but then he feeds a kill to Smash. And now they're looking for the dive. This is 4 people. This is going to happen.
Yeah, Keen not feeling super good as the extended beam comes on through. It takes a little while there as Carrier tanks the turret really nicely. And T1 just execute the Udyr.
Guys, Canyon is getting these Raptors, okay?
He is.
This is his focus in this game. He's getting the Raptors, yeah. But a great roam from Faker there. The power of the Galio, no surprise to see Faker making good use of it, but you push a wave in, find an angle, move there. And what is typically a rough dive, having like Lulu, Zeri, Wukong, becomes so easy with a Galio.
Well, let's have a look at it one more time, checking out this play from Ruler and Duro.
I mean, this is kind of twofold, because on the one hand, credit to Duro, some fantastic hooks, but you just shouldn't even be in range if you're Doran. Like, allowing this to happen, and I know why he's like trying to get in the XP range, but it just backfires so massively. And after the first time he lost his flash, you can't let it happen again.
Yeah.
Here, just a full channel taunt. Carrier has aggro, beautifully played, with the shield as well, can tank a few hits.
Well, now we've got Smash and Carrier down towards the bottom side, landing against Duro and Ruler. Fair bit of movement speed between the two of these.
Can really stick around here. One grub, got to take it and be happy.
Yep, bit of a speed up there as well as Canyon. Oh, just gets in there once again. Owner is going to smite it away. That's with Resonating Strike as well, as now Doran's coming down, and Canyon, I don't know whether he's getting out of this one, and by I don't know, I mean he's definitely not getting out of this one. That is a kill going over to Faker with those Winds of War.
You know, considering how clean the last Lee Sin game was from Canyon, this one has been so rough. He used a smite there as well.
Yeah.
Resonating Strike, still gets out-smited by Owner, lost that camp early, now 0-2-1.
Canyon blocked there by the Warrior Trickster as Carrier getting taken down low, but Smash throws down the ulti. Duro in so much trouble, and Ruler throwing what autos he can, dodging a lot of these burst fights with a flash forward. The barrier, the hook goes wide, and down goes the Jinx, and there's no chance. That's the double, and Smash, oh man, if he wasn't certified before, he is now.
Yeah, I mean, so strong now with those extra 2 kills. 4-0, Zeri, and just Gen G not respecting the level 6 from Zeri. We've had so much Zeri Lulu in the LCK, and one of the big things that's always been true is the level 6 all-in spike is insane. You can see the Zeri Lulu sitting back, not doing much, being pressured. You hit that level 6, and it's a game changer, and Gen Gs don't respect it. And especially considering you have a Thresh, you can just farm at a distance and have the Thresh play Lantern. But overzealous, overconfident, and they pay for it dearly.
Yeah, we're going to have a look at this one more time, and look at that lantern placement as well. I mean, Duro hits the hook, and they go in, and then... Oh, Smash is just in melee range, able to get so much value.
Yeah, the level up comes through. Great flash in there from Carry, gets extra damage. Good dodge there from Smash. Dodged both those critical skill shots. He was so low.
And he was out of vision as well, but they swept it at exactly the right time. Carrier gives him just the information.
Whew. And, you know, we came out of draft favoring one side. We'll be honest, you know, it looked good, 4T1, but when you got a 4-0 Zeri, there's not a draft in the world that looks bad with a 4-0 Zeri.
And it already looked good.
It already looked good. Smash in a fantastic position to carry this game now. Genji fishing for something here. They do have Canyon with kick available. And bear in mind, no flashes for T1.
And he has snuck into this brush. We'll see how sneaky he's been as Owner is going to come on over. It's likely a 3v3.
I think you always have to be very cautious into it.
Oh, there's a kick. There's the kick flash. The box goes down and Smash once again with the ulti. See whether the Gatling gun's enough, and it absolutely is. Shutdown goes to the Jinx. And did Carrier actually ult himself because he wasn't quite in time or something like that? Did that just happen? Did I witness that? I don't know.
Didn't quite see, but 613 gold for Ruler there, which just pretty drastically closed the gap. Those are the sort of plays you have to make. Canyon finds an angle, and the thing is, you normally play pretty safe against Thresh in general because he has the Lantern for the extra like setup.
Yeah.
But Owner was bot side, and so I think T1 had to go for dive if Thorin sticks around.
Well, Canyon going to move on down here. Does have that kick back up. That gets the mini stun. That is going to be Flame Chompers, and my goodness, that is a very dead Rumble. Canyon almost dies, but doesn't quite. And so more plates, and actually second turret going to be going on over here as T1. They do manage to get the feats of strength this game. They're not that far ahead in the gold. Genji kind of holding onto it as, oh god, okay.
He's tank out. He can if he's playing that safe. I will say, Chovy had a lot of pressure there on Faker. You could see Faker trying to move down, got hit by the ult from Chovy. If Galio was able to get in range and ult, game changer.
Yeah.
So good moves from Chovy there to prevent that from happening. And also having the wave prior in the first place. But you can see Faker actually like runs down immediately on the minimap and gets stopped. The execution there from Genji pretty flawless. Not much Thorin can do, but the backup didn't come in, and the dive ends up being successful.
Well, the thing that is making me pretty excited about the game state right now is that it just really feels like Smash versus Ruler. It's like the old guard versus the new. Can Ruler do what he's done many years in a row prior to this, which is just hard carry? His Jinx, certainly something that he's been able to do on in the past, but Smash has got Zeri. Like, as far as main characters are concerned, she is the champion, as heal actually going to come out from Carrier in response to the hook. Good one there from Duro.
I think my big concern for Genji, because, you know, Fed Jinx can do great things, and the gold is pretty even between these 80 carries. But the problem is, you know, Jinx gets so much benefit from that first initial kill.
Yeah.
And yes, you can have Canyon kick someone in, but it's tricky to lead a fight with that because there's so much to interrupt you. Like you're playing into Wukong, Galio, Lulu. We've seen Canyon get great kicks. You know, we saw that one that was in the Mad movie, but that was ultimately him getting a kick later in the fight. Getting that first initial kill and setting up Ruler, going to be a tough task, I feel.
Doran's taking damage once again. Owner is just better at smiting as the playback is really good. Flash out just to make sure that Smash doesn't get the value. Immediate cleanse. And Heroic Entrance was immediately also interrupted as Keen is able to press E and boop. And that does it. So all of the ultis now on cooldown. Genji with a slight advantage. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to be there.
But I will say, 2 flashes burned from T1. They're more than happy about that.
Yeah.
I think also great flashes to have. Ideally, you'd get Ruler's Flash, don't get me wrong. He is playing very aggressive there, punishing Smash. Ideally, getting Ruler's Flash is the best thing, but the easy... Can he do it against this? Gold lead is still, it's small. It's definitely within range. Feats aren't going to make that much of a difference.
Canyon going in onto Owner. They do manage to get the Cyclone as, oh, Carrier could be in trouble. King comes over, yeah, he's just dead. No wild growth is going to help him there, and it's actually Chovy that gets the kill. Ruler getting excited, Zap going wide, and Genji with control of the fight for now. Oh, another hook connecting! Duro, main character in this one, and there's the Spiraling Despair. It's another kill for Smash as the Udyr goes down, and Canyon, I think he'll win the Smite fight on this one, as he's the only one there.
I feel like we've had so long of Thresh just kind of being that Lantern bot. We had the W Max Thresh, which was a big thing for a while. Last time we really saw him in the meta. Duro is making the claim for the Q-Max value, getting the hook consistently. It's what you love to see, but I feel like it just hasn't been a thing for such a long time. It's so difficult to find picks on the back of Thresh because, you know, his Q is such a long wind-up, it's quite telegraphed. He's making it work.
He really is. This is a gorgeous play. I think the last time we saw Thresh be like so incredibly pivotal was Keria. After that Q buff came in and Thresh for like a patch or two was just broken, Keria really showed us that. So we're going to go back into live here as another hook is going to connect. That's another kill for Ruler. And, oh man, Duro, I think he's feeling better.
He's feeling better. He's redeeming himself for that Elise game, which is a little bit rough game 1, but he's just carrying right now, getting so much value. Whew.
That's clean. All right, they're going to now try and take down this outer turret in the mid lane. And I don't think anyone... No, you need someone immediately there to pile control wards on it.
That also works. But, like, you know, if Galio ults on you, he's not going to come down for a while. Owner in trouble.
Oh, that Warrior Trickster just paid for itself in gold. As Rift Herald goes down, there's the flash hook. Not going to connect, but Doran had to flash to get out of the way of it. Spiraling Despair now on cooldown. Not doing a massive amount of damage as Shelly, I don't think she's going to survive for the charge. Never mind. Going to successfully manage to get a bunch of damage onto that inner turret. There's now Mountain Soul. We haven't even spoken about this, but I feel like Mountain Soul is absurd for both of these teams.
Yeah, really is. A lot of tanks together. Well, tanks on the side of Gen G get a lot of value. With the extra durability, if Gen G get it and Chovy and Ruler are just that much harder to kill, it's going to be painful.
Not to mention if Faker gets it, and then he has that extra shield, and he's that big front line that they need. As Keen just going to walk in here. He can do that. He is a Udyr. See how he's going to go as Warrior Trickster. Does mean that it's just the clone, as every hook is scary. But Duro hasn't been landing very many of them recently.
Just fishing, you know, seeing what I can find.
Non-committal CC is the aim of the game.
I also think Ruler able to position so aggressively up in the lane, knowing you have the Thresh to back you up. Real game changer here.
And also, like, Ruler was at his peak when he was playing in Tahm Kench Thresh metas, right? And so I feel like he's going back to the old times where he was the true main character. And that is certainly a good sign for Gen G fans. On the other side, T1 keeping it so incredibly close. Like, this is anyone's game right now. Otacon has been up and available for a very long time. And we're going to have him and Baron on the map together. It's going to make things pretty spicy towards that top side, as we can see. Vision always being traded between the two of them.
Chovy's just been throwing so many of that long-range projectile into these brushes and just kind of...
Don't do a canyon. Oh, he gets the smite!
Redemption.
All right. Post 20 minutes, that's when the smites are going to start landing.
That's when they matter anyway.
Honestly, it is.
Early game smites, who cares, you know? Oh, you got my Raptors? I'm taking you, Baron.
Uh-huh. Well, trivial. But let's see what T1's going to be able to do about it. Faker, heroic entrance up and available as they back away from the Otacon. And just look to lock this one down. Cyclone not getting the most value ever as they dive on top of Ruler, smashing that backline. Ruler survives for a while. Smash as well is just diving on top of Chovy. Takes down both of the carries. And Keen gets one, but it is all over for this fight. T1 matters into their own hands, and Smash comes in clutch.
Owner does his job perfectly. We need to engage, we need to get on the back line. He finds an angle, and Smash is there for the follow-up. Using Zeri perfectly, both carries go down, team fights over, and in a blink of an eye, Gen G crumbles. Owner just, it's a good flash from Ruler. He avoids the initial CC, but Juro's on top of him. The lantern has little value. And Smash is there to follow up. Keria sends him with the wild growth, says, go with my blessings.
Oh, yeah.
And he does.
Oh, man. T1 finding exactly the window they're looking for. And I actually didn't think that the Cyclone was going to be what they required, right? You saw that flash come out as Ruler avoids a lot of the CC, but Smash knew exactly who he needed to kill. And he's like, this is good, keep going. Takes down both of the damage dealers, and then the fight is just over.
No, interestingly enough, even though it was the initial ult, that's exactly what.
You can see the stress relief there for Coma.
Even though the initial knockup didn't hit Ruler, Owner's initial ult CC Duron Canyon, and those are the ones there to disengage him, and it meant he got that follow-up. But I just love the confidence. You know, I said my concern for T1 was, you know, are you going to regret not having engaged support? Is Owner going to be enough? The answer is yes. He absolutely is.
And you pseudo do have an engaged support, I guess, as Canyon was fishing for an opportunity there as another Cyclone comes down. Remember, Otacon buff means that they're just going to be sent home. Not too much more to worry about. Oh my goodness, they're kind of in the blender though. As one of them does go home, I'm pretty sure, no, never mind. No Otacon buffs actually going off, and that is just a kill onto Keen.
The redemption value must always looking.
Yeah, Faker manages to get the Justice Punch onto Chovy, who takes the Lantern to get himself to relative safety. Zap connects on to Smash, as Canyon has to flash to get out of this equalizer that is shredding them. Doran just wanting to put them in the barbecue, and they're diving underneath the inner. They're all going to be taking a swift trip home, but it's a double for the Zeri. And so it's already kind of doomed. They managed to get Ruler as well, and that is precisely what they were looking for.
Yeah, now they got time on the map. Long spawn timers for Canyon and Ruler. They've got the Mountain Dragon to pick up. They have options.
All right, Faker just, I think, wanted to get a bit of value here, but let's have a look at this replay one more time.
Yeah, so Canyon goes in, doesn't immediately get out again. It's some good CC in return, and Chovy does so much damage with the redemption value here. Actually massive for T1. They would have lost Owner and Kerry, I think, if they come through. Maybe even Smash as well. But here, this was so close to be even worse, because we get this initial play coming in. But look at Doran. So Doran ends up ulting, and look, he's about to flash, Feared. So tragic. He was going to melt both Chovy and Canyon there, and it still goes well, but that fear from Chovy, I think it could have been game over if that fear had not come through.
I feel like that, that managed to get like a couple of, 200 gold pickups, as they do send a few of the T1 members home. Still not great news.
Yeah, don't get me wrong,
but it's a bit there.
The game is not in a great spot for Gen G, but I think they actually would have ended if that fear had not stopped Doran from just toasting them all. Doran hasn't had the best game. It's been a bit rough. Got put behind, but his equalizer in the last the fight we just saw and the fight around Otacon had a lot of value. So really coming back strong. And now, we saw these 80 carries at item parity for such a long time. There's now a 3,000 gold lead for Smash. He's got a Bloodthirster completed where Ruler only has components, and he has a QSS on top of that.
That's pretty ridiculous. Ruler now wanting to complete said Bloodthirster, but he's still a ways away from that one.
It's absurd when you look at everyone else, and like, people have like 3 items at best. Everyone else, and he's on 4, pushing 5.
And he's got all of the money on the Rift, as we can see here. 5,000 ahead of the nearest on his team. And that's exactly where you want that money to be if you are a T1 fan. Gen G still trying to hold on as best they can, but I just feel like the Udyr is kind of past his use-by date as far as being that front line. He kind of melts if Smash even pays any attention to it, and there's the equalizer just to bully them away from this inner turret. Hook connects onto Faker, but Faker able to tank for quite some time. With that movement speed as well, the fear even gets him out of dodge. Oh dear. Still, Gen G hold on to their inner turret for the moment, as this Warrior Trickster not going to be anything they're going to be too worried about. And next thing to be up and available is looking like the Baron in 2 minutes' time. And so can Gen G get their ducks in a row? That's the question. Owner goes in, Owner goes out. And they're able to just have a look as another hook going to connect. That is one of the longest I've seen in quite some time. Dura not opting to go in. Canyon was thinking about kicking back. Faker into the team, but we know that he is relatively tanky here as Smash, like we were talking about, if he does get some free time with Keen, will do some pretty legitimate damage to him.
It's crazy just the ebbs and flows we've seen in this game. We had so long where Gen G just had complete pressure, T1 were always hesitant to approach one big fight, and now it's just complete reverse where Gen G are just kind of fishing for options. I will say, at least T1 is still whiles away from the soul, so that's not a concern right now.
Duro finds his way back in. Speaking of in, Owner gets on forward. Lantern Ride going to be taken out there from Canyon, who is now looking a bit worse for wear. And the Baron loses interest in the fight.
This is fine for T1, just buy time. Wait for those tools to be available again. Cyclone's coming up soon, the Zerial's coming up soon. You're not forced to fight then, and Owner did a great job of just forcing them away, not committing too much. It's an excellent decision, and now Smash can just go solo this Mountain Dragon. Looked a little bit shaky for a second, but they regain form pretty quickly.
Yep. Ruler going to be picking up the wave in mid, and then moving back towards the fray. As, Smash securing Soul Point here for T1 really starts putting pressure on Gen G as well, but I don't know, I feel like the game-deciding fight will happen before the next 5 minutes. It feels like it's due, you know? And you're the man who knows about things being due. As the Humble Life Esports win in the LCK Summer Finals last year would dictate to us. So do you feel like it's due? Like, when's the game-deciding fight, in your opinion? Like, when's it going to be? Prediction.
I feel like it's coming soon. If it's not around this Baron soon, it's going to be when that Dragon spawns, because Gen G are not going to let them get Soul, and they'll have to commit heavily enough that it's going to be a big fight. So I think at the latest, it's in 4 minutes.
Oh man, that's so many people looking at this young player. Smash, so many eyes glued to him. Also, a lot looking at Ruler as well. As Owner, he's the one you really should be looking at because he'll be starting any fight that T1's going to win. Flame Trump is going down, like, yeah, and everything is used. Like, they're focusing so hard on this Wukong to make sure that he doesn't ruin their day.
Yeah, so cautious about it. I mean, that's one thing, is they know he is going to be the one diving in, so they can kind of just respect him and they're fine, but he's just playing with reckless abandon, and it's working.
Yeah, although I thought it was Smash who did the reckless abandonment.
Yeah, he did, but it was his choice. He wanted to go back to Europe, okay?
Ah, yeah, fair. All right. Ooh, they're closing in. Doran, ooh, potentially out of position.
Oh, Chovy! He's got a flash!
Yeah, Owner is going to get on top of him. The Lantern, not even necessary, though, as the Flame Chompers were enough.
Well, the fear value is so big. Chovy's been so crisp with those.
I mean, I'm struggling to breathe enough in these moments. Baron's still there, still going to be this key objective. And even though it's 5,000 gold, it just feels like it's dead even.
Yeah. And remember, T1 fighting for first in their group if they can win this final game. That's what they need.
Yeah.
There are stakes here. But also just T1 taking down Genji, always something they're looking to do.
Well, only going to go in once again, but out. Not going to overly commit. Remember, does have the GA as well. A lot of lives.
It's getting to that point of the game where the carries are like full build.
Look at Ruler's opinion as well in comparison to Smash's. Smash is like, I just need to be alive and do damage. Builds a GA. And Ruler's like,
I need more
damage. I'm killing all of them.
Yeah.
And we're doing it quickly.
I think it's a thing where, like, when everyone else... I mean, you look at Doran. Doran has 2 items and some bonus stuff.
Lots of buttons over and over again. This Wukong is so dangerous. As Chovy off to the side here, he's going to miss the fear onto Smash. And now Canyon has to kick him back, and there's the equalizer. Ruler now has to flash away as well as Owner is dashing forward. The extendo beam, so much damage onto Ruler, and he is out of the fight. The redemption helping the front line of Genji here. But 48 seconds until Chovy's back.
I feel like Smash is just ruthless. If he senses even a slight misposition, he is the player who will hunt for it, commit his flash to make it happen. He's bringing that challenge and aggression to the LCK, and he even catches Chovy off guard. Now, Doran looking.
Yeah, Canyon, he's going to have to flash away from that one. The flash taunt from Faker as Ruler is dead once again. And T1, they weren't going to wait for it. Keen is now a beautiful little snowman, but he's also heading to the death chamber. More kills piled onto Smash as T1 will march up the mid lane, and the game, ladies and gentlemen, is done.
It's been a close series, so hard fought, but T1 as a unit, you know, we questioned how will they look with Doran. We saw Smash come in, who's looked fantastic, but as a team, as a unit,
the equalizer once again is doing beautiful things here as the spiraling despair is more what Chovy is feeling and not what T1 are feeling as they take down the Nexus and they secure first place in the group.